about 1:30 or so.
You mean Tuesday?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
actually Wednesday,
Yeah,
there's a
yes.
continuation of the meeting on
Oh, they
Wednesday.
did.
Oh, is that right?
And, you know, explained what we've done as far as, you know, some of y'all must saw we had a special meeting. That was a redistricting meeting because we're doing redistricting in-house. And we had to get one more resolution. Well, congratulations to Trustee for getting all that out. Whole different topic, but we tried to explain that we're kind of just doing the yeoman's work. We've got 2 staff members and they pretty much, they're not limited to anything, they do everything. Explain to them, what we've got now is basically, we're just marching, we're not doing any of our missions. We're moving forward, but we're not actually, you know, due to the lawsuits, most of them have been real tight with their education budget. I would like, we talked about check downs, doing some possible check downs. We still get to the rainwater guzzlers and stuff. Yeah, I was there about 30 minutes and it was long. I was raked over the coals pretty good, so.
How did Commissioner Wisnick weigh in on this topic?
He didn't. Yes, ma'am.
Is there maybe a county truck that you might be able to utilize?
Oh, Will Nasty.
If Will will let us, I mean, if anybody knows Will good enough to call and ask if we'd be okay. I don't know him good enough to ask that right now. At this point in my juncture in life, me calling Will would not probably help the district.
You need a truck or a car?
Yeah.
No, we need a vehicle, it's
Yeah, I mean,
off-road.
if somebody knows Will,
Oh,
Oh, you gotta go off-road.
I thought I knew him, but
I did too.
it didn't pan out real good.
That's one more fine.
I'll call.
so you need a truck?
We need a vehicle, and I'm thinking we can buy a state of Texas surplus. I was down there today. They have about a dozen vehicles right now, but all those vehicles are gonna be 110,000 miles to 200,000 miles. They're gonna be priced anywhere from 5,000 to 9,000 for a used vehicle with 200,000 miles, which means we're gonna get hung up in the repairing it every 6 weeks. And I'd rather just see us get in the state pool, and you can buy a vehicle out of the state pool pretty cheap, under the state rates, and get a vehicle and.
It doesn't have to have mag wheels and all the other crap.
No, I was looking at the mag, I like the mag, something like that.
Yeah, that's all
I'd
right,
like, yeah, I'd like to, if we're gonna do it,
And leather seats and all that
leather, we
good
need the
stuff.
lariat package.
Mhm.
I'd like to see
Too many
that.
of those now.
Ranch truck.
No, I'd sure like to bring it up at the next meeting on the agenda item, and by the next meeting, have a plan of action to buy a vehicle, lease it for 36 months, something. You driving your red car around and asking your dad, I mean, it's like this, you know, here, could I borrow your bike today? I mean, it's time to either we be a district and do something, or maybe Will Conley will give you a ride and take you down to the woods.
Do we need a motion, or can Rick just go ahead and rent one for September to March and roll?
Yeah, I think that would be until we get something,
Got something.
either get one or lease one, we should
Oh, you go, good.
allow them to rent one.
No, that's right. I didn't know you told that.
I think that's the general manager.
Yeah.
I think he's got the authority to do that.
I know he
If
does.
I can't get a hold of a truck, I'll go over that truck.
That's fine.
How much is the rent going up? 10%?
It's still less than $800 a month for those 3 offices, so it's still pretty good. They made a pretty good deal initially, so. I protested too, and I looked at it,
We don't use gasoline. How's that supplied? You have a credit card in the county or something, or
No, it's all us. We don't,
you don't get anything?
no. I mean, no, they do fund, I mean, the funding that we're getting right now is from the LCRA tax based out of the money
Right.
that the neighborhoods out of Dripping Springs are paying. It is not out of the general funds of the county. It's
Okay.
strictly a tax for people hooked onto a LCRA water line. So it's not anything to do with the general funds. Yes, ma'am.
You had 125, I'm trying to get my act
Yes,
together
ma'am.
before I call him tonight. You had 125 without a problem last year.
Yes, ma'am.
The judge said, you know, he's
125.
trying to hold the line, as I
Yes.
understand, as to last year's budget. They don't want to go over if
Correct.
possible. But you had 125.
Yes.
And he said 125 was okay with him.
Yes.
Now, what was Will's excuse for saying, no, let's drop it 25,000? Is he trying to look good to the judge and make a few brownie points, or did he have specifics? Because I would like to address the specifics with him if I understood what your
Jimmy-
take on that
Right.
was.
Didn't the judge, basically the first time around do a 20%
Yes, the
across the
judge,
board?
the judge did a 20% across the board, which would have gave us 97,000.
Okay.
I talked to the judge, and the judge said, you're right, yours is not out of our general funds. The most he would support would be 125, what we had last year. Thank you, Judge. So he brought up in the meeting 125. I would like to see them funded 125, since it's not out of our general funds. And Will offered 95,000, then he said 100,000. And when I talked to him, the answer was, last year you got 25,000 for education, so you don't need it this year. And I said, look, I can't, okay, sorry, whatever it was, whatever I said he didn't like, he didn't care for, and it wasn't Will's idea, and Will's idea was 100, which it passed, is 100. So I'm just, last year we got 125, the judge said we got 125, Will was trying to say last year we only got 100. So I don't know, I hope y'all know I'm good, and y'all can call me, because I don't understand.
So what are you looking at for a cost of a truck?
I don't have any idea yet. That's what, right now, we're just gonna lease a vehicle until the next meeting. We're gonna come back and we're gonna do our budget, and we're gonna put a truck in that budget and figure out, we have to have something besides trying to thumb a ride.
How big of a truck does he have to have?
Well, that's what,
Just a
Half-ton.
F-150,
Yeah.
half-ton,
all right, with four-wheel?
cab and a half
Does it have to have four-wheel?
Four-wheel drive?
would be good, but right now, beggars won't be choosy.
Well, right now, you don't need four-wheel drive, but you.
Right now, right now, we need a water truck. We can make a killing.
When it get wet.
So we're okay on, any other comments on the transportation?
And Rick, is he gonna get, are we instructing Rick to get bids from 4 or 5, or is it a state pool deal?
There's a state pool deal, and I'll get hold of the office and let them know who to call at the state. What's called a state pool. Yes, ma'am.
When they cut our budget, did they cut their salaries? By 20%?
I can tell you, I did not get a salary cut.
No, I don't mean you, I mean commissioners.
I know, I'm joking.
You go.
Anything else on the district transportation?
No comment, right?
They don't know it's water.
All right, item 2, discuss and possible action, hiring an additional attorney. Mark Key.
I just kind of want to start looking at wrapping this up, kind of get the board's opinion. We've got 4 in. I'd like to instruct Rick to maybe put a deadline, get back in the paper September sometime, and then maybe look at it in October meeting as far as, or maybe, we're in August now, so September, yeah. And look at if people want to come make a presentation to the board. Yeah, it's the first time I've done one of these, so I'm all there. You got something?
Well, I think, we should all get a look at what they submitted, and then I think having them present.
I think maybe Rick, if we give Rick a deadline to put out, and then Rick can possibly email. Rick, can you scan all those in, email all the resumes to the board, and then we have, and just kind of go from there. I don't think we need a motion or anything. I just want to let everybody know what's going on with it. And we really haven't given much instruction to the people that put stuff in. It's not fair. They've already had their stuff in 30 days, 45 days in some cases. So we like to just move forward with it, try and look at maybe considering our October meeting. And maybe mid-September, Rick can get something out for us. And maybe, what do y'all want for a deadline, September 10th, maybe? Anybody?
That's fine, we'll look at that. No, we get it September 10th, give us time to bring on the September meeting. Any other comments from the public on the hiring of an additional attorney? All right, anything else on that one?
No, I'm good.
All right, agenda item 3, discuss and possible action on update of GBRA conference, Ed Pope.
I attended the GBAR conference in San Marcos, and it was a update from the staff to basically its customers on the drought conditions, the water conditions, and the different plans. The two notable things that I kind of took away from it were their water conservation and drought contingency plans, they're different stages. In stage 4, they'll curtail distribution of water to its customers on a prorated basis whenever the river system experiences a drought more severe than the drought of record. And that this is determined when the following 3 conditions are met simultaneously. 24 months since Canyon Lake was full at 909 feet. If the inflow for 6 consecutive months is 5% less than the cumulative inflow of the drought of record, and if the level of Canyon Lake is less than 885 feet.
Are we at any of those? Are they at any of those?
No. I think they have maybe another year before they meet that 24-month one. And in the event of the stage 4 emergency water shortage conditions are met, water allocation is based on customers' previous 1 year's usage. Percentage of curtailment will be determined by the board of directors based on severity of water shortage conditions. Right now, they're continuing to meet all of their commitments with the outflows from Canyon Lake. And he commented that the Canyon Lake was a deeper lake than some of the others, and it didn't have quite as much surface area, and so they lost less to evaporation from that. The other thing that was on the agenda that I thought was kind of interesting that I hadn't heard about was the Aransas project versus TCEQ. And the Texas Aransas project is about the deaths of some whooping cranes. And if based on reduced flow into those wetlands in those areas down there on the coast. And he said if the Texas Aransas project prevails, then all of the other water projects that are being considered through the GBRA and even the surface water projects would be affected. And that, the trial is set for early December, I think December 2nd. So it's kind of interesting. They have a lot of stuff that they are working on. The chief engineer talked about the drought and the current conditions. The executive business manager talked about the conservation plan. Bill West, the general manager, talked about the I-35 and the Texas 130 water supplies, and those things would be affected by that court case if that happens. The Mid-Basin project in Gonzales, the Simsboro project, Debbie Magan talked about the water quality, and that was it.
Anything else on it? Any other questions for me about that? From anybody in the audience? All right, well, thanks for going to it. Agenda item 4, update. No, agenda item 4, discuss and possible action on the update of GMA 10. Mark Keith.
Give everybody a little update. I attended the GMA 10. We voted to try and remove ourselves. That's, I think, only 3% of our district is in there. Went down to San Antonio a couple of weeks ago to the meeting. Pretty good meeting. The Glen Rose district is trying to do the exact same thing we're doing, so we're not gonna actually, they're not actually gonna vote on it till September 19th meeting. Still the same thing. No one had any objections. Everyone seemed to believe that we are much more familiar with GMA 9 than GMA 10. It'll save some money to the district. People probably know that the GMA 9, they protested on both sides. Some people say it's too low, some people say it's too high. Same thing in GMA 10, they got people protesting, so we saved ourselves one set of problems, I guess. Several things worried me about the GMA 10. As y'all know, on our southern and eastern boundaries, we have the Barton Springs Edwards Aquifer District and the Edwards Aquifer Authority to our south. I had a chance to confront the manager, probably not his favorite person, of the EAA. I said, hey, you know, we're we're trying to manage our water supply here and prepare for the future, and you guys aren't managing the Trinity aquifer at all.